Hey, everybody, what's going on?
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back.
We are so excited to have you all here on another Saturday morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, with this podcast, Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon,
Uh-huh.
where we're just real people.
Dealing with real issues.
Absolutely. What's going on with you this morning, Sharon?
Hey, I'm blessed and highly favored.
Everything is all good on this end. How about on your end?
Yes.
So listen, we have a action-packed show for you all today.
Uh-huh.
What we talking about today, Sharon?
Hey, today we're talking about marriage and finances.
Marriage and finances. We are dealing with marriage and finances. This can be a touchy subject.
Yeah.
You sure you want to deal with this one?
Hey, like always, let's dive in.
Well, let's have a conversation.
Okay, let's go.
Absolutely. So today we are dealing with marriage and finances. So I just want to pose the question, like, what is the best way, to deal with finances in a marriage? Because, there are certain groups of people that feel like that the woman might be the better person with handling the finances when, sometimes the man go out and, do all the working and stuff like that. To me, that's like an old traditional way of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are those that feel like that on the male end that they're the dominant force and that they should be the ones that handle the finances. Even some of the ones that probably ain't got no education think that they should be handling the money and stuff like that. But I feel like God has blessed me with a different method,
I would agree.
dealing with finances. So we're gonna talk about a little bit of this today, So let's chat. Let's chat.
All right, that's
Because we have, a lot of marriages, collapse
you right.
because people don't have the finances right.
Mm-hmm.
And um we want to deal with this topic here because we're going to be dealing with these next couple of shows about dealing, with relationships.
Yeah.
Different things that are telltale signs that a relationship is going the wrong way.
Okay.
And I think the topics that we're dealing with are going to really hit home for a lot of people
Because they're
because
everyday topics,
absolutely.
And everybody don't like to talk about it, but hey.
That's a good point. Everybody don't like to talk about it, so we're going to talk about it.
All right.
Because that's what we do here, right? Let's conversate, right?
Hey,
we don't have all the answers. Absolutely. With Josh and Sharon, we don't have all the answers.
No, we don't.
We ain't even trying to act like we got all the
Nope.
answers. But what we will offer is what? A conversation.
Yes.
Absolutely. We'll have a conversation with you all and, we'll bring this stuff to light and, put it out there. And then, everybody just chime in. We ain't like acting like we got every answer for every problem. We just like to, get these topics because they are hot topics and they're everyday life topics. We just everyday people, just having a conversation, behind a couple microphones and sitting in front of the camera and just, with a wonderful studio and just able to talk about these different topics that come up, that people deal with. So how is, the best way to, deal with finances in a relationship? Because you can have one person, right, that pulls this way about finances, and then you can have one person that pulls this way. You can have, like, let me put it in the politics terms. You can have a couple that's liberal and a couple a couple that's one side of that relationship is liberal and the other side of that relationship is conservative, right? So you might have a spending husband. But then you might have a conservative wife.
Mm-hmm.
So how we do that together to make that work?
I would say for us it balances,
right?
Like we're able to balance.
But we have to give these people some information, to for what we do, right? That makes it works for us, to that they can like pull some marbles from it to add to their pile to figure out what will strengthen their gains and make things work on their end, and what they have going on in life. What I found out is that a lot of people, and these topics, dealing with these relationships, these are make or break topics because a lot of relationships fail because of what? Poor communication,
Definitely.
What else? Um,
Weight gain.
oh man, why you had to hit that one next? But go ahead.
Hey.
What else? Finances.
Intimacy.
That lack of compassion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of different things that factors into why relationship that can make a relationship
Or break it.
or break a relationship. And unfortunately, finances is one of the leading causes of failed relationships
Yeah.
in this day.
Yeah.
You know, finances and infidelity, cheating, and we that's a whole nother show, because I'm a big person on why marry if you're gonna marry and continue to mess up and do all this other stuff. I think
You better off not even
it's just
marrying the
right. It
person.
becomes form of formality. Then it's just like senseless to marry. But anyways, dealing with the finances, do we want to label it as a right and the wrong way? Not necessarily, but because everybody had to find what works for them in their finances
Yes.
and do accordingly. That's how
Mhm.
I look at it. But one thing I will point out is that you have to be open
Yeah.
to talk about finances. You can't be in a relationship
Or shy away. Or
absolutely. You can't be in a relationship and don't want to have a communication with your significant other about finances because those this is something that it takes to keep that relationship strong and healthy.
yeah.
Because it takes money in this society that we live in to do anything,
You right.
to live,
Mhm.
to drive,
Mhm.
to eat,
Yes.
to sleep.
Mhm.
Whatever we do in life, it revolves around cash or finances. However your finances flow, because now that we're moving real quickly to a cashless society. So, but you got to have finances. But you got to manage your finances in a correct way. So what we do, and we can talk about us, what we do is we take our finances and we run what you call a three bank system,
Mhm. Yes.
right? Yes, exactly how it sounded. We run a three bank system
Mhm.
where we take um, um, your bank account, right?
Mhm.
That you have. She has a personal bank account.
And then we have a joint account.
Then we have a joint account, and then I have an account. And how we operate that is so the joint account that we use together that we both have access to is our account that we pay all our bills,
Yes. Mhm.
right?
All of our bills.
Everything that we have coming out in the household, cars, fuel, eating, clothing, kids, school, after school, you name it.
It
It's
comes from the
the
joint.
joint account.
Mhm.
And what we do is, and this is what's worked for us, and this is what I find that works and it helps relationships better, that we write down all our bills
Mhm.
and we know exactly, and that's a big thing that people have to know what they have going out
And
as well as what they got.
coming in.
Absolutely. So we write down all our bills,
Mhm. Every last one of them.
every last one of them. You got to put in the work because you can't just keep receiving the check and just spending it, right? And
Mhm.
not giving an account, not keeping no books. Back in the days, people used to walk around with those little check books, whatever thing is.
Hey, I still got
What
mine.
are the ledgers? What they call the little books that you put all your little information after you write a check? It's the little ledger book, whatever it is. That's the name.
Expenses log.
Yeah,
Expense
or
log.
whatever. But people used to take those and carry a pen and keep that in their purse or keep that somewhere in their car. And every time they write a check for a bill or something, they keep up with that. But now you have people that have gotten lazy, and what they do is they just swipe their cards nowadays, right? And they swipe their card and they swipe, 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 but never keep an account of the money that they're putting out, right?
You're right. You're right.
So what we have to do is have to take charge back over our finances, what we got going out, knowing what we got going out, what we got coming in. If you keep, in my opinion, if you keep an accurate account of what you got going out as well as what you got coming in,
Mhm.
then you would never ever find yourself in an upside down situation because you will know where in the hole here to keep lifting here, because you
Yeah.
never want to drain here down, because you always got here that got to go out, And if you drain this all the way down, you have nothing to put out. And then when that happens, when you don't have any more money to put out, those that are fortunate to have some type of good credit and credit card, you result into paying your bills off your credit cards, right?
Yeah.
Until your credit run out, then you owe all these debt collecting. This is how we find ourselves poor.
You're right.
So what we do, we run a 3 bank system,
3 bank system.
and you have your money direct deposit.
That's correct.
Comes where to your
Personal account.
right. Her direct deposit comes to her personal account. My direct deposit comes to my personal account. So then
we make a transfer.
Absolutely. But before we make that transfer, we have already wrote down, right?
Yeah.
All our bills.
Yeah, we already know what's coming out on our paycheck each week. Like each week, we already know how much we take out, how much goes in savings, and it helps us.
Absolutely. So we have a certain amount that we have wrote down that covers the bills, right?
Yes.
And that's how much. Okay, she have a percentage. So if one of you make more than the other, then you have to do a percentage basis, right? So she might make more than me, or I might make more than her, but we do a percentage basis based on what we make. So I remember, when I used to be in this weight loss challenge, right, back at the church that I used to attend. They did every annual year. They did this weight loss challenge, and so the first time I remember us doing it, where we did this weight loss challenge, I won. I won because I lost the most pounds out of everybody.
Okay.
But there were people that were heavier than me that lost pounds, but they couldn't win because I lost the most pounds. So they had to change it up because it wasn't fair. So they changed it up to a percentage based on your body weight, right?
Okay.
So it wasn't no more about just the pounds, but it was on the body weight. So anyways, I ran that to say that, when you're coming together on paying bills, one might not make as much as the other one. So you can't just even the bill.
There had to be an adjustment.
Absolutely. You can't just run the bills off and say, oh, well, these are the bills. We add up the bill. We split it down the middle. You pay this half. You pay this half. That's not fair when, that you might make, $120,000 a year and your significant other might make $60,000 a year. So how you going to half and all y'all bills in half and give her a half or him a half and say, you pay this half, pay that half. So you got to do it percentage. This thing takes math, and it's simple math, but it takes math. It takes a little effort for you and, to care about your living and care about, your well-being enough to sit down and figure out how much you got coming in. I do not think personally, that nobody should have all their money in no one account. If you're a couple, now if you're just an individual, yeah, sure, by all means. But if you're a couple, I don't believe it should be all in one account. You know why? The importance to me of having a joint account is that, you have yours, I have mine. And then we know exactly what we have to do together in the joint account. So you feed the joint account from your end, I feed the joint account from my end, and that is something that we use for our living and our way of life. But yet you still have your own personal thing going on with your own account. I still have my own personal thing going on with my account, and I love that because it feels like, I'm still in charge of my stuff over here. You know what I mean? I ain't got no worry about nobody dipping their hands in my stuff, right? I'm just saying though.
Yeah.
And I know you probably feel the same way, like you don't want me all in your stuff and trying to control your stuff. No, we're going to feed this joint account. We're going to take care of everything that we got together.
Yeah.
Ain't that right?
Yeah.
We're going to take care of everything that we got together, and we're going to feed that account. We're going to handle our bill. And guess what? And then y'all listen, you can have fun with this thing. I'm telling you, I'm talking to y'all people out there. You can have fun with this thing. Because there have been times, right? When we're gonna let y'all in on a little thing, sharing everything, you know what I mean? She ran out of funds over there on her side, you know what I mean? It might have been me. I think I'm just throwing it on her. But anyways, I'm gonna keep it on the two. So she ran out of funds on her side, everything. Because listen, we have an understanding with this joint account.
Yeah, we have an understanding.
I'm serious. This is why we would never, by the grace of God, this is why we would never run out of money or be put out or anything like that, or can't afford our bills. Because as long as God give us the strength and ability to get up and go to work, we're gonna feed that joint account. We're gonna take care of our bills. That's number one priority.
Yes,
Well, God is number one priority.
Yes.
Taking care of the things of God is number one priority. But then dealing with this right here is number one priority to make sure all the outgoing stuff is covered. Then whatever we got left out of our own personal account, that's our own money to do what we want to do with it. But sometimes Sharon run out of money.
Okay, well, all right. We'll talk then.
Sometimes Sharon run out of money, y'all. Y'all hear me? And she had to come to old boy. Yeah, she had to come to the old boy. And and we have an understanding, y'all. Listen, this is what made the relationship healthy. We have an understanding that joint account ain't for our personal use. We have a certain amount that we feed to that account. We tally up all our bills, and we always round our bill up to the nearest dollar amount. So therefore, we have overflowing in that account. So if anything ever runs short or whatever, it kind of be like its own savings within itself, because we know how much the bill is supposed to be, but we always round it off to put an even amount. So every time we feed it, it's always gonna feed it a little bit more. So it's kind of like its own interest, got kind of growing and growing. At the same time, we still are very well in charge of our own thing. We have our own sense of independence still. That's the word I'm looking for, right? You agree?
Yes, I agree.
Don't you feel like
I agree?
Don't you feel like you still got your own sense of independence?
I do.
You go do your thing, your bank, and you ain't got me breathing all down your neck over there. And I sure ain't got you breathing all down my neck over here with my bank account. So she run out of money sometimes. Mm-hmm. She sure do. And she come to me sometimes. She like, bruh. She call me bruh. Bruh. I need to hold something. Can I get about 200 from you? Or can I get $50 from you or something like that? So this is my money. I'm in control of this over here, y'all. This is mine. You know what I mean? So this ain't got nothing to do with that joint account. We done took care of the house over here. So I got my own little extra money. So when she run out, she like, can I hold something? I pay you back later. I said, yeah, you're gonna have to pay me back, all right. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to pay me back, all right. Yeah.
Hey, but I'm in good standing. I'm in good standing, right?
Yeah, you got credit.
I can't.
She got credit. Your credit good too right now. You got when you're dealing with credit, you got in the credit app it said listen, in the credit app, it says you need work, right? But you ain't there.
I'm not there.
You ain't there. So listen, they got the part that say you need work, then it goes to good, and then it goes to excellent, right?
That's the way I'm at.
You excellent.
Woo.
Your credit level good right now. You can borrow anything you want, but you gonna pay it back.
See what I'm talking about? America.
Listen. So this can be fun though. You know what I mean? Like, when you handle your business as a couple, right? Yeah. When you handle your business, things will work out. You'll have lesser problems because people in this day and time, they spend the most of their time. Now, this is the statistics that I have seen, that they spend the most of their time fighting over infidelity, finances, lack of communications. Those are the three big things. So today we just choose to hammer on the finances because we want to help y'all get y'all money right. You already got the money coming in, but you ain't allocating it the right way, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? No, he ain't, because he think he the man or whatever the case may be. He ain't got to be necessarily in control of the funds. And on the second note, it ain't always the woman that got to be in control of the fund, because we got this notion that the woman, and I know I'm not trying to offend no women, but we always had the notion that, I go to work and I just give my wife the check. That's so 1980s and 70s and stuff. Yeah. Listen, you don't just give no woman these days no check. No. I ain't giving my wife my check. Mm-mm.
Put it in that joint account.
I ain't put my whole check in.
Well,
listen, I got a good wife. I got a good wife, and And if I did have to give her my check, I believe she'll do the right thing with it. But that's just not the way we see it. You understand? So I believe she's a woman of integrity, and and she's gonna do the right thing, and she always does the right thing. So there's nothing against her. It's just the way that I feel like that, and we feel like that is the best way to be productive with our finances. That we make sure everything get done right, and by having the 3 account system, that we both still have some sense of independence. Right? Because a lot of people, if when they would just throw all their money in one account and they all together, they tend to fight. He always want to know what you doing with this here. Why you pulling this?
Or you can always overspend and not paying the bills that needs to be to be paid on time.
And when you agree that joint accounts are not for going and just doing what you want to do with them, going out to eat and all that stuff. If you're going out to eat and you're using your joint account to go out to eat, you really want to kind of like stop doing that, because that's the account that you're using to take care of your home. It's your cost. I like to call it your cost of living account.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one. If anybody want to adopt that, go for it. Your cost of living account. When you want to go out to eat, if you ain't got it in your your personal accounts and you can't afford to do it,
then don't do it.
Absolutely. Leave these credit cards alone. I can't stress that enough. Credit cards are America's enemy. I agree wholeheartedly with Dave Ramsey on that. Credit cards is America's enemy, and we have to leave these credit cards alone, because, man, we go to swiping them cards, and it's easy to swipe them cards and get out of control with them cards. Where we at? 21. All right. So it's easy to swipe them cards and get out of control with them cards. I'm telling you. So let's back off of using credit cards. Try this new system that we're giving you guys. Or for some of you guys, it's not a new system. But for some of you guys, you might already have a 3-account system, but you're ineffectively, operating it right. And I hope that we said something today to teach you how to effectively operate it the right way. Hey, I feel like giving some shout outs, Sharon. Let me get these shout outs out the way real quick.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because we didn't, last couple of shows, we didn't did no shout outs, and we got to send people the way of the Lord.
All right.
Folk need to know where to go in and, give God some praise and stuff like that. So, hey, we like to shoot out the New Chief Cornerstone over there in Winter Garden, Florida, at 820 South Park Avenue in Winter Garden, Florida, where the pastors are Dr. Clarita M. James and Pastor Norman James. If you are in the Orlando area, I want you to stop by and see Pastor James and go and tell them that Josh and Sharon over here, Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon, sent you by. And I guarantee you, you'll come as a friend, but you'll leave as family. They'll love on you over there.
Love you.
Good church. Orlando area, New Chief Cornerstone. Listen, over here, New Hope Church of God in Christ, 303 South University Street, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, 37130, under the leadership of Pastor Anthony Graham and Lady Graham. These are awesome people. This is a church that we fellowship with, me and my family. These people are loving people, and they treat us with love and respect. And if you churchy, y'all need to check out New Hope. I mean, it's over here with hand clapping, foot stomping, praise. And New Hope is where it's at. Yes. So listen, so back to the topic at hand here, Sharon. So we need to sum this up. Basically, what we're trying to tell you guys is that there's no wrong way or right way. We're not saying that our way is the right way and your way is the wrong way. We just let you know that what works for us.
Yes.
And we don't argue. We might have disagreements about things because we ordinary people just like you guys are. Mm-hmm. And we have our good days and our bad days or whatever the case may be. Well, we're not fighting over stupid stuff. And if we can eliminate some of our arguments to have lesser arguments or disagreements, I will use that word better. Yes. We can lessen our disagreements. One thing it's not going to be over. It's not going to be over finances.
Yes.
And I think how long we've been married? 2
years.
A little over 2.
A little over 2.
Yeah, a little over 2 years. And in the 2 years, we're on a good start. We have never argued over money.
Nope.
Not ever had disagreement over money. We never had to come after each other, come for each other about money, because we started off the right way, working this 3-bank system, right?
Mm-hmm.
She has hers, I have mine, and then we have what our living cost. What I said the name of it? I forgot. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the video. Yeah, we're gonna have to come back and look at this video for this cost of living account. I'm gonna call it that now for this part of the show. Yeah, absolutely. So we don't argue about money, So let's get our money together and save our relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes.
So we get our money right, we can save these relationships.
Yes.
Because if you don't have that money right, she gonna be mad at your brother. Yeah. And if you put your money in the wrong sister hand, you gonna be mad at her. Cause you out there, you don't work hard for that money, and you give it to her, and she had the Paddock Mall, or Rivergate Mall, or somewhere, and she coming to house with some bags, and something done got neglected and got cut off.
Nowadays, it's Amazon.
Prioritize your income.
Yeah.
And you're going out as well as you're coming in. Know what you got going out.
Mm-hmm.
Know what you got coming in. And I guarantee you, if you focus on that, if you spend some time, you write some things down, write it down, put it to pen and paper, write things down, write it down. Get your notebook, get your manila, what they call them? Manila
envelopes.
Yeah, them things. Get your little manila envelopes. And
I got it.
All right, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I guess they got it too then, right?
Yeah, they got it.
Right. You can say what you want to say. We ain't fighting over no money over here. Y'all got to get them finances together. Cut the argument. Y'all know who y'all out there fighting with your significant other about that change, and the bills and stuff getting neglected and stuff, and you letting bills double up and pile up because you ain't doing the right thing.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul. So listen, y'all, we have had a good show today, and we're getting ready to get up out of here. So we hope there's something that we have said in this show today to encourage you, to let you know that we're just, ordinary people.
Yeah, dealing with real issues.
And we just want to have a conversation about real topics, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hot topics.
Do we got all the answers?
No, we don't.
We don't have them all, do we?
Nope.
We don't even try.
Not at all.
Never. But what we do is offer you a conversation.
Definitely.
And we bring up these topics and we talk about them. And listen, if you got a comment or anything you want to put on there, then talk about it.
Yeah, you can always DM us.
Absolutely. Hey, y'all, listen, coming up on the 4th of July. Tell them what we got, man.
Hey, we're going to go live for you all.
Absolutely. What we doing live? We're going on the 4th of July. We're going to be talking about the difference between the 4th and
Juneteenth?
Yeah, absolutely. So we want to touch on that because Juneteenth is a recognized holiday, and it's getting pushed out there, and we want to talk on that and talk about some history and things like that. And so yeah, we're excited for that. We're gonna have some special guests on. So we guys encourage you guys to mark the calendar. You'll save the date, the 4th of July, that we're gonna be talking about.
Now that's on a Monday. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not a Saturday, so you're gonna have to tune in on that Monday.
That's when it's gonna be.
Hey, Monday.
I hope you're right. I don't know, but I just know we're gonna be ready. I'm gonna be ready on the floor. We're gonna be live, y'all. So y'all tune in and be excited for us. We're just so excited about what God is doing for us. We're excited about what we're doing, what we have going. We're excited about you that makes this happen, that continuously support us, endlessly. And we're grateful. We're grateful for your support. So don't forget to like,
subscribe,
hit that bell notification, and share. Hey, tell these folks that Josh and Sharon over here talking about some real life issues. And we don't have all the answers, but we sure will conversate about it.
Yes, we will.
But until next time, we finna get up out of here, y'all.
Have a blessed weekend.
Be good. So deuces. you.